We tried keto. Here's what happened. But first, the keto diet. What the hell is it? The ketogenic diet is an extremely low-carb, high-fat diet. It involves drastically reducing your carbohydrate intake and replacing it with fat. Now, this reduction in carbs puts your body in a metabolic state called ketosis. When this happens, your body becomes incredibly efficient at burning fat for energy. It also helps to transform fat into ketones in the liver, which can supply energy for the brain. Ketogenic diets can cause massive reduction in blood sugar and insulin levels. This, along with the increased ketones in the body, can have numerous health benefits. But ketosis also has side effects. Multiple side effects. And we're about to find out exactly what those are, because for the next 6 weeks, we'll be doing the standard keto diet, which means of our daily calories, 75% will be fat, 20% protein, and only 5% will be carbs, which will be about 20 grams a day. Those 20 grams basically the equivalent of one medium chocolate chip cookie. So we're gonna have to be real careful not to go over, as keeping our body in ketosis is the goal. Here we go. Wish us luck. Day 1 of keto, and I am super excited. So I'm heading to the store now to make sure I have all the proper foods available for me when I need it. I think that's definitely rule number 1 when any time you try out like a new eating habit or a diet or anything like that, is making sure you are prepared. Preparation is definitely key. So I'm gonna head into the store and load up.
I gotta be honest, I had no idea what to expect, but I'm having a great time. Why has it taken us so long to do this? I was always a little into you, but now I'm all the way. Oh man. One second. Sorry about that. Do you want another drink? Oh, wow. Last night was amazing. It's time for round 2.
Day 12 of my keto journey, and I finally feel like I'm just starting to get the hang of it a little bit. The first 2 weeks were pretty rough, and my biggest problem was probably making sure that I just kept under the designated amount of carbs, which for me is about 20 to 30 grams a day. And things that I did, such as eat nuts, for example, they have low amounts of carbohydrates, but when you're eating it throughout the day, trying to get those fats in, you don't realize that they very quickly add up. So for me, up until this point of the journey, what's really been instrumental is using a calorie tracker. I got MyFitnessPal on my phone, and it's helped out big time because I can just scan as I go and make sure that I'm trying to hit that number. I'm still trying my best to do it. I'm still trying to get used to which foods really come in handy in a pinch. Meats are always really nice, of course fats such as butters, but a little bit of the side effect of that is I just feel damn greasy. It's just, I feel like it's coming out my pores almost all the time. I'm cooking with it, I'm eating with it all the time. It's getting our kitchen counters all greasy, it's getting our tablecloth. I've become a greasy guy.
Oh, boy, mister, I'm glad you stopped.
I like to kidnap, I like to torture Sam, I like to
Currently working on day 15, and it is something to adjust to for sure. You know, it's a funny story. I actually accidentally basically did keto before it was keto, back when I was 19 and I competed in a bodybuilding competition. And if you guys are familiar with bodybuilders, usually they'll cut out a huge majority of carbohydrates. They'll still have some maybe oatmeal or sweet potatoes, things like that, but I pretty much cut out everything. So I'm like, well, they say low carbs, well, I'm gonna do no carbs. So, you know, basically the more the better in that case, or the less the better. And I gotta say, it worked wonders. I got super shredded and I did very well in the competition. It was definitely very difficult. But the good thing about that is I've kind of already experimented with something like that, and I kind of knew how it was gonna go and how it felt, although it's been a long time since then, so it's definitely kind of readjusting to that. But I feel like I was kind of prepared for this, and I knew how my body reacted to it. So I already kind of knew that I was gonna reap some benefits from a diet like keto. I got a while left though, so we'll see then.
So the results are in, and I'm sorry to say it's just not looking good.
What do you mean?
Well, Hudson, it's you.
No, it is not me.
You know, men have a hard time coming to grips with this sort of thing. And you know, you're in your 30s. Things are starting to go down.
No, with me, it's up. It's always up.
Not always.
Well, hey, I'll tell you what, you can give it one more shot.
Well, here goes nothing. Honey, it's a keto. We're having a keto.
It's day 30, and I can tell that I am definitely getting leaner. In fact, I've gotten some comments from people who know me. They say, you look like you've slimmed down a little bit, and I definitely have. It's been about 5 pounds of weight reduction so far, and my eating schedule and habits have actually completely changed over the course of this. We did intermittent fasting as a test last month, and that's really carried over to this as well, because fat, of course, has twice the calories, over twice the calories, as protein and carbs, so my meals are half the size, but I'm getting just as much calorie intake. So with the hard workouts in the morning, I'm really finding that I'm having just one giant meal after my workout, and that's evolved even further into OMAD, which for those of you who may not know, OMAD stands for 1 meal a day. So I'm having one massive meal after my workout, and surprisingly, I'm staying satiated throughout the rest of the day. So I'm just loading everything in the morning. I'm eating, I'm working out, and then for the most part, I'm good, and I'm losing weight. So this is very different from me, kind of bizarre from what I'm used to, but I have to say I'm enjoying it.
Living without carbohydrates is not that easy. And when you shop at the store, you start to see and notice that almost everything contains carbs. And I'm not just talking about healthy sources of carbs, I'm talking about sugars. You would think to yourself, well, I'm on keto, I need some protein, I just need some fats, I'm just gonna grab something easy like jerky, prepackaged jerky. And you look at the back of it and it contains 10+ grams of sugars every serving. And you're thinking to yourself, damn, what else has sugars that I don't know about? So I think it's a really good way of kind of keying in on certain things, whether it be processed foods or prepackaged foods, and cutting that all out. You know, after having carbs, sometimes you can feel that crash, that little lull, and almost feel a little lethargic and even bloated afterwards. So once you cut that out and get used to it, you feel better and better. We have made it to day 40 of the keto experiment, and I think it has been a success so far. Feeling good, getting in a good habit, and getting used to having the certain meals that make me feel good. And I kind of adjusted my protein intake a little bit higher than a normal keto diet. Usually it's around 70 or 75% fats and the rest proteins with a little bit of carbohydrates. But I upped my protein to about the same content percentage as my fats. It makes me feel better. I'm more satiated throughout the day, and I feel like I have a little bit more energy in the gym, and I kind of keep the physique that I have built up and that I kind of want, that I see in the mirror, and then I'm like, okay, I'm happy with that. Because the hard thing about keto is if you stay on it for an extended period of time, it is definitely a calorie restriction diet. You're gonna lose a lot of weight. And some of that can be muscle. So if you're worried about that, I would recommend, at least it worked for me, to raise your protein a little bit higher. I've definitely been drinking more water, getting in that good schedule, and feeling pretty damn good.
It's day 45, and we're at the final verdict. A lot of you suggested to do keto for 6 weeks to give it a little bit more time to feel the full benefits, so that's exactly what we've done. And I gotta say, it's been quite a journey. It's been very different. For something so simple as cutting out carbohydrates, it changes a lot of the ways you think about things. I know for me, I've been able to experiment with a lot of new recipes that have been really enjoyable, keto cakes, keto pizza, and it's been very interesting and enlightening. But as far as a flex or no flex, this is a really tough one, because there's some things I really enjoy and there's some things I don't enjoy enough. So I'm gonna have to go with no flex for keto. Because even though I would like to remain low carb, and as Brandon said, try to keep sugar as absolutely low as possible, which I thank keto for helping me to do that, I do love carbohydrates. I love blackberries, I love apricots, and it's been really tough to try to keep it under that 20 to 30 grams a day. So I will stay low carb, I'll try to stay zero sugar, but keto in its most hardcore form, I'm not gonna continue to adhere to. But thank you, keto, it's been fun. But we gotta part ways. The final verdict for me personally is gonna be flex. Cuts out any kind of sugars. It is definitely difficult to get used to, but I feel like it definitely has the benefits. You can slightly adjust it to obviously what you feel like it fits your personal schedule and your eating habits, but I like meat, I like fat, and it's something easy to fit into my schedule, and I feel like it does my body pretty damn good. Looking good, feeling good, and I feel like it was a success.
So I am revisiting my initial review of the keto diet. Originally, I did a flex, and for good reason, because I felt it worked pretty good within my schedule. It made me feel good, it made me look better. But as I progressed, I just realized it's not really that sustainable to have that low of carbohydrates all the time, because there is a lot of healthy sources of carbohydrates. And I'm kind of adjusting now to a lower carbohydrate diet, but keeping healthy sources in there. Of course, keeping all my vegetables, but also introducing some complex carbohydrates like potatoes or sweet potatoes, oatmeal, things of that nature. Probably sticking with around 80 grams or so a day, maybe even up to 100 depending on the day. And I am definitely feeling a lot better having those and introducing those into my regular eating plan. And workouts are feeling better, feeling stronger. And so I think that I still stand by the original flex, but I did want to kind of revisit a little bit and just say that it might be tough to sustain something like that for longer periods of time, and it might be important to adjust accordingly to how you feel, how you react to it, and for me, definitely staying lower carbohydrate, but introducing those healthy sources.
Yeah. Well, that wraps up the episode. Hope you enjoyed it. What other recommendations do you guys have? Let us know in the vote bar above. We're willing to try almost anything. Almost. We're this close. Yeah. As soon as the views start going down, we'll try anything. Yeah, that's when we're gonna get desperate. Hopefully that's not gonna be for a while. Yeah. Stable.